Hey everybody, I just wanted to make another video talking a little bit about stuff and enjoying a nice little treat. Well, I got this cookie from KFC when I went out of town with my parents the other day. They were nice enough to bring me along, and I helped them out a little bit with some heavy lifting at shopping at the Sam's Club, and we enjoyed a KFC, and I got the fill-up box with a cookie. I'll enjoy it with the little sip of Big Red, I guess. And I heated it up in the microwave so that it's a little bit softer. So that's pretty good. Soft and doesn't taste too sweet. You can taste the chocolatiness. Having a little bit of chocolate makes me feel good. But I'm also trying to be careful and make sure that I eat nutritious foods as well. I went with my parents out into town. Oh, sorry. I went into town and ate with my parents at a restaurant, and the steakhouse restaurant, and I had the caldo de res special beef soup. It was delicious, served with rice and corn tortillas. I think you can get other types of tortillas, and so it was great. Wow, this is messy. And so I wanted to mention today that a while back ago I was feeling like I was at the end of my rope, and I had a 3D printer and I wanted to put it to good use. I was wanting to make my invention ideas, but there's so many and they're just so complicated. So I decided to reach out and see if I could find someone who believes in perpetual motion machines. And surely enough, I found someone who was just as lonely as I was. And so I offered to help him out, and I reached out to him, and he seemed like a nice guy sometimes, but a lot of the times I was just kind of buttering him up and going along with the stuff that he said, even though it sounded ridiculous and didn't make any sense. And you know, even though he said things that were contrary to reality, like that he time travels, and I don't know how he does that, if he believes it's a telepathic or whatever ability that he may have. And so I just went along with it. I didn't contradict it because I wanted to do something good with my life before I left this earth, and I felt that if I could 3D print a little prototype for his perpetual motion machine, he believes in those, like I said, and he had his idea, and I helped him out a little bit. Well, I put some effort into contributing to his design, where he was having trouble figuring out how to get his little machine, his little thing to go full circle. When you're dealing with perpetual motion, you're dealing with a force, like an energy. I don't know how to. I'm trying to enjoy this. I'm not trying to think about stuff. I guess this is why I need a script. So there's a force that can make the machine make a machine keep running without adding any additional energy from after when it starts out. That's what makes perpetual motion machines work, assuming they do work. And because as far as science and engineering and all that stuff, technology goes, everybody just says they don't work. So for those of us who are just dreaming like me, I still haven't made my prototype. I'm busy with a whole bunch of other stuff. We gotta be reasonable and we gotta say until we make it, we don't know for sure if it works or not. Unfortunately, we get a lot of opposition from people assuming that they don't work. Because other people have been trying and they haven't succeeded. Well, that's kind of arrogant. Just because someone hasn't succeeded yet doesn't mean they never will. But anyway, this is more about the experience that I had with this guy. I was entertaining his delusions of time travel, his delusion of greatness, but I wasn't entertaining it so much with his invention idea. I just said, I just want to make this thing for you so that you can have something to show your family and friends. I was trying to express to him that I just wanted him to have something nice to be happy in. I guess he was so lost in his delusion of grandeur, wanting to be making this thing and become rich, that he didn't stop to think about that, I guess. And turned out he wasn't as nice as I thought he was. I kept buttering him up, and that denied me the opportunities to see how cruel he could be. And I suspected that he scared away some friends that I was making on YouTube several months ago. This person, she deleted her channel, and then I reached out to someone else who was also on YouTube but also on a question and answer site called Quora. And I reached out to this guy, and he had his channel disabled or something, and he had his Quora disabled too. And I thought to myself, wow, that's not a coincidence. It's this guy. And it wasn't until I made a video expressing that I didn't think what he wanted was something I could do that he gave me a thumbs down. And so he's always upset that I don't upload videos showing showing progress on his perpetual motion machine. He was always upset about that. And so I decided to upload a video even though I was tired, and I sleep with white noise of ocean waves full blast because there's a lot of gangsters that make very loud bouncing bass music. And so even though I wasn't sleeping and I was always tired and these guys were making the music at that time, I decided I'm gonna make a video now showing what I'm up to with making my 3D printer work properly. And I'm just gonna have the waves on, that's it. So when I uploaded those videos, he got really hurtful. He said some really hurtful things on the question and answer site. And that's when I knew that this guy likes to harass people and and he purposely says things to irritate them. He said things to get under my skin, uh, thinking that he could get me to try to please him. And it was very irritating for me, but since I was so desperate to want to make a friend, I kept ignoring the signs. It wasn't until he saw that video, I guess he was expecting to have his delusions of grandeur stimulated. He was expecting to have me designing his great perpetual motion machine that no one else can, well, making it, building it. He wants to be the designer, the inventor, and boy, eating this cookie makes me feel better. Having this pleasurable sensation really takes the pain away, the emotional pain away. But yeah, this guy was like, he was really dependent on me to make him that thing, and since I made that video with the waves crashing, I guess he didn't like it, and so that made him lash out. And so I can only wonder. I can't even get a good guess. I can only wonder and ask myself, what did he say or do to these people that was so bad that they disabled their YouTube channels, and this other lady just deleted her channel? What did he say to them? What did he do to them? And so that was a terrible experience, but I'm not going to let that stop me from trying to make friends and working on my own projects. And so that's what I wanted to talk about. So thanks.